All right.
All right. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, we're the brothers here out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. All right, first and foremost, want to give our praises to Yahawah,
Yahawah,
BAHASHAM,
BAHASHAM,
YAHAWASHI,
YAHAWASHI,
BAHASHAM,
BAHASHAM,
Rakakadash.
Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim that are pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, so yeah, we have a lesson, just a quick impromptu lesson, but we're gonna go into catastrophic earthquakes and judgment. And yeah, man, in recent news, you had a earthquake take place in Turkey, and the death toll is rising. And hey, this goes to show we're in them days of people dying, man. A lot of people are getting judged and being taken to the spirit world, and it's happening now in big numbers. So we can get the article and.
Yeah, as you can see from the title, I read it. It says catastrophic earthquake in Turkey and Syria kills at least 4,300 people. We all know that's just a rough estimate. We all know that number. Is probably more. It says. Reading a little bit on the article, it says international rescue missions were rushing to Turkey and Syria on Monday after one of the most powerful earthquakes that hit the region in at least a century, left more than 4,300 people dead, thousands injured, and an unknown number trapped in the rubble. You see, so that unknown number, we all know is more deaths than that. So, the brother said, look, to see more, of these disasters happening, man. Whether it's earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, tornadoes, and so on and so forth, man. Because the Lord is bringing judgment to the earth.
Right. And see, that's also the importance of looking into international news, is because you could see things like this. You're not gonna see this on your local news channel. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see this. Let this have happened in America. It'd be all over, plastered everywhere you go. It'll be a big disaster. But because it's happening in Turkey, you people are so far removed from it. But this is a big deal.
Yep.
That's
right. That was pretty much it on the article. If you want to start in Matthew 24.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
Yeah. It's Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom."
Yeah, and that's a part of it too, because we go into prophecy, which all this is all, it's all happening in the Bible. It's all in the scriptures. Wars is on the horizon. And even in the scriptures it mentions earthquakes as well, which also is symbolic of earthquaking events. Basically huge events in the earth that are changing. They're basically shaping the way the world as we know it. You got it.
It says, "And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows."
Yeah, so it mentioned earthquakes, famines. All right, so yeah, these are all things that like we're going into the article. Earthquakes, man.
Yeah.
And this is a huge. This is really I've never heard in history of 2,000 plus people dying from
4,000.
I said 4.
Yeah.
I never heard of thousands of people die from an earthquake. And since I've in my 30 years, I've never heard of that.
Let me see if I can find the magnitude of it. Oh wow! It says 7.8 magnitude. So that's pretty high, man. So like we're going into, man, the Lord is spicing up this thing until he returns. The Spirit was on Apostle Hardadine this year, the year of all the prophecies coming to pass. And just in the month, with us just getting in the month of February, the second month of this so-called New Year, things have been hot,
Yeah.
and it's going to continue that way too, man. Okay.
And you know what? I stand corrected. There's there's been some earthquakes that took some people out. You had some in China that was in. They talking about year 1500. So let's see any modern ones. This is from they had a Haiti one in 2010 that had 316,000.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, this is a little smaller, but yeah, I mean, like I said, hey, this is recent news. This is happening today in these times, and there's gonna be other events that are going to transpire into the world crumbling.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so from here, we're gonna go to Matthew chapter 10. So like in verse 34, and it says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." You see, so this is the words of YAHAWASHI. All right, so when YAHAWASHI has come, to his coming, it's not going to be peace. Especially for these other nations. It's not going to be peace. It's not going to be a rejoicing time for you, because as it says here, he's going to send a sword. Which is synonymous with ultimately the ICBM nuclear missiles, man. All right, all of this goes into the downfall of this Babylonian kingdom, also known as America, man. All right, the Lord is sending division. Like the scripture says, if a nation divided against nation, how can it stand, man? Roughly paraphrasing. All right, so he's plaguing the thoughts, of these people, to where ultimately they're going to be destroyed, and brought down, and Israel is going to be ruling. Okay,
that's right.
So it says, verse 35, "For I have come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." That goes into the division, man. All right, the route that's being that America is going in, really the world as of right now, the route that it's going to is towards division, man.
Right, that's it.
And it starts with, because it said when we read Matthew the 24th chapter, it says the famine and the pestilence. We all know what happened with the seavid. It caused division.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Hey, it caused more division. People are bugging out. People are just like you said, seavid. That caused a lot of people to just lose it mentally, depressed.
Yeah.
And then you look at all these events that's taking place in the earth. People are just like they're really like, damn, like what's going on? Why is it? Because 2020 was a heavy year for prophecy.
Yeah.
And so people were like, asking questions. They were trying to see like, what is it that's going on?
Vax versus unvax.
And we believe that 2023 is going to be a heavy year also.
Yep. Oh, because like the Officer Kashakwala mentioned, this year is really, you're starting to see the effects of 2020. You're really starting to see it, because, you just, even though, 2020 was a heavy year, as far as prophecy, you really don't start feeling it till later on down the line, man.
It take a while. Yep. Change is never just like, immediate. Like, it's like, it takes time, you got to let the, like how they were talking about shortages back then, like that stuff takes, it could take years, even when that what is it, the China the imported goods from China was slowed up. But that's gonna slow up as well. Anything they import from Turkey, that's done.
Yeah.
It's finished.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get nothing from Turkey for a while.
Yeah, because all of it's money
Exports.
exports, and all of his money and supplies going towards the destruction that just happened there.
Mm-hmm.
That earthquake. Matter of fact, let me see if I can look it up. See what goods does America get from Turkey?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I said, let this have happened in America. That'll be like huge. But America is really like untouched. On a major scale. The last, I guess, major thing that happened to America was like 9/11, but nothing really like huge where like hundreds of thousands of people have died like in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
Let me see. Click on it. Slovakia. It says stones and glass, textiles, machinery, and electronics.
Mm-hmm.
That was,
Okay.
I think that was like some of the top ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so hey, but hey, you look at the grand scheme of things. That's why we always look at world economics and world news, because you think it doesn't affect you as an individual, you and your perspective small city, but it really does, in the grand scheme of things, because different factors like war, different these events do matter. They shape the world as we know it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord's going to continue to touch this place, and to matter of fact, let's go ahead and might as well get 2 Ezra 9.
Oh yeah, God. Yeah.
Yeah, you can start it. Oh yeah, it's talk about
earthquakes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You start from 2.
God, in 2 Ezra chapter 9
Verse.
verse.
Start the 1.
2 Ezra 9, and I'll start at the top. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. So like the captain mentioned about the importance of watching international news, because it really covers, the fullness of, what's really going on in the world. America's, CNN and Fox News is conditioned to blind the people of what's really going on, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the scripture tells us to measure out the time, and one way we do it is by watching, not only keeping up with the prophecies, but aligning the prophecies with, the news and what's the current events that's happening.
Right.
All right. It says, verse 2, it says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, hey, these were written, the scriptures are, this Romans 15:4, whatsoever things were written for our learning, aforetime for our learning. So these things were written in the scriptures so that we can know what times we're in. That's why I said measure the time. And we are able to measure the time, like we've been saying, is through news, okay? Understanding the magnitude of events, being able to link it with the scriptures, link it here, going into the C-hip, different things, man. We can clearly see that we're in these times. We're in the last days. And it said the earth, did we go to that point where the Lord will visit the earth? She made. I think we read that part already. The highest will begin to visit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
The world which he made. That was verse 2.
Yeah, it says, he'll begin to visit the earth which he made.
Mm-hmm.
And how does he visit the earth? Through catastrophic events.
Yep, with a sword, like he said.
It's a sword.
Yep.
Yeah, so we just wanted to touch on that. I don't know if you had any closing.
No, that was we could close out on that. It was intended to be long.
Kind of. Yeah, so Lord willing, we're edified. We're gonna end off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM,
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.